We will rocks you. You see what I did there? Welcome back to Roxy Striar's Bedroom Reviews, and today we are talking about Bohemian Rhapsody. I am a very big Queen fan, and I am a very big fan of this movie. I can't even build the suspense or the dramatic pause for any longer because I just have to tell you guys right off the bat, I love this film. It's one of those movies I think I will watch 20 more times in the future once it comes out because I love it. It was so moving. There was so much heart to it. The music is obviously incredible, but that was something that I was never concerned about. And so music check no matter what this movie was, but the actual storyline, the way that they told it, I thought was so beautiful and definitely works for me as a Queen fan. Now, I'd be curious to see what because like I said, I'm a Queen fan, but I'm not the largest in the entire world. There are people who have traveled and seen Queen so many times and grew up with Queen more, and I'd be curious to see if it worked for them. But for me, it definitely did. Part of the reason for that is Rami Malek, and I will not say anything other than he embodied Freddie so well here that it almost took me back at times because he just did such an amazing job. I don't know how much of that was him singing. I've heard that it was a lot of him and a lot of Freddie combined, so kudos to him. I know that there's Oscar buzz around not only this movie, but his performance, and I would love to see him do well and possibly even take it home. I don't know if it's my #1 of the year, but definitely up there. I want to give a shout out to Gwilym Lee also because he legitimately, I can't tell the difference between him and Brian May at that age. They have the same face, the hair, everything, his facial expressions even. When he's performing and rocking out, it's him. It's him. Holy crap. And I think he might get overlooked, but for Best Supporting, I could definitely see that happening. Ben Hardy as Roger did an excellent job as well. And Joseph Manzello was very, very strong too. So as John, I think the whole band, that's what made this movie. Every member of the band was that person, and it was so poignant, and I felt what they were feeling. That's what actors do, so congratulations to them. Also shout out to Lucy Boynton, who played Mary, the love interest or lifelong best friend of Freddie. It was really interesting to hear more about her story. It was a story that I wasn't as familiar with, bits and pieces, but not in its entirety. And that was really cool. Also, Mike Myers. It's funny, but he did a good job. He's in it for a very small amount, but he definitely deserves some love because he committed, man. He went full out. A lot of people have asked me after seeing this movie, what did you think about Live Aid? Did they do a good job with that? That was one of my favorite parts of the entire film. I don't want to give anything away because it's a non-spoiler, obviously, but they really let it play out, and I think that's what made this movie so unique. It took its time, and it trusted that the audience would be patient, and they had a lot of ground to cover, and that they would get there in their own time, and I thought that worked really well. I don't want to harp on this for too long, but obviously Bryan Singer is the one who's being credited as director for this, and personal life aside, his direction in this was very, very strong. And I will say that I think that he did a really good job with this movie, and I don't know where he stops and where somebody else picked up, but the direction in this film in general, oof, it was a really great one. So this just, to me, there weren't many places that this could improve. I maybe a couple moments, maybe a few snips here and there, but in general, that would just be nitpicking because this movie was really, really good. So definitely go see Bohemian Rhapsody. And I want to give a quick shout out to some of my patrons before you guys go. David Bell and Logan Delaney. You guys are absolute rock stars. Thank you so much for going to patreon.com/Roxy Striar and helping to support me. If you're at home and you're watching this right now and you're like, oh girl, keep on going. I don't know what that was. Then make sure you go visit that as well. Okay, we will rocks you. Did it get better the second time? See you guys next time for Roxy Striar's Bedroom Reviews.